Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review. This is Pure Reason, Revolution, and coming up to Consciousness. I've recently interviewed John Courtney from the band, and it was great to talk through this album track by track. For those of you wondering, is it going to move away from their kind of classic sound of being like soft, then really heavy, and then soft and really heavy? Not really. It kind of sticks within that, but it is an evolution of sorts, and it is certainly one of my favourite albums by the band already. It's available on vinyl and CD. This is the vinyl version, and it comes in a glorious blue colour, and it's on a poly-lined inner sleeve. See, Sony get instant brownie points from the fact that I think nearly all the releases I've had from them have come on poly-lined inner sleeves, which is one of the campaigns in Now Spinning Magazine, that all new vinyl should come that way. When I first listened to this album, I thought, God, this is dark. But actually, the more I've listened to it, the more I've realised that actually I was wrong. There's lots of light and shade in it. It is about loss, potential loss, and dealing with negative thinking, perhaps. Dig Till You Die sounds very much like Floyd. There is a Floyd influence to this band, and it surfaces within the first 2 seconds, which is very much like the beginning of Breathe from Dark Side of the Moon. But then we let go of that, and we're in an ambient, laid-back, floating groove. They do this so well. It's a kind of music that's kind of like the soundtrack to your life, wherever you are at the moment, and it enhances the room and changes the atmosphere of the room. As I've said many times, music can do that, and this is one of those albums that does that. 2 minutes in, we flick a switch and we have a very aggressive riff. It's emotive, angst-driven lyric, lots of light and shade, but beautiful stuff. The next track is Betrayal, soft keyboard start, soft vocal. It's a modern pop prog. They're on a progressive rock label, but they're not prog as many of you think of prog. I think for lots of younger music fans, you're adapting to this. This is a Steven Wilson kind of world where you think of No Man, where there's kind of like a bit of soul techno stuff going on, ambient music, a bit of Portishead stuff interlinked. It's not about the musical, mathematical arrangements that could happen within progressive rock. This is very different. Also in this track, Betrayal, are just beautiful female vocal harmonies. Now, this album has Anik Shireen on vocals, who stepped in for Chloe Alper. But you don't have to think about any of this because it's just seamless. And Anik does such a fantastic job. At about 1 minute 46 seconds into this track, yes, I'm being that train spotterish. There's an angst-driven chorus. It's a wall of sound, which many of you are fans of this band will just know exactly what I mean by that. And then it drops back as if it's fallen off a cliff. They do that a lot as well. It's emotive, but it's also empowering. That's how I felt it to be. And then the next track, The Gallows, you can see why I thought it was dark. Piano, solo vocals, sparse male, female harmonies. I mean, John and Anik's voices just drift in and out, but they're connected, they're joined. I did think there's some Steven Wilson in this, but when I say that, those of you who are Steven Wilson fans know that he's beyond genres. It's kind of a phrase when you say, oh, it's a bit like Steven Wilson. It means it could be like anything that's out there, post-90s kind of what was classed as progressive rock, and that's what I mean by that. I actually put down that it is beyond genres. I also think that this instrumental section in this piece of music could just go on live. And when I spoke to John, I said, this is the kind of thing where I just have a feeling you're just going to look at each other and go, let's just keep doing this. Just follow this groove. I can just imagine this song just taking up the whole side of one of the triple live albums that no doubt will eventually arrive. Useless Animal. Oof. I don't mean that because it's not very good. I mean it's because it's about John talking about taking his dog to be put down, and by saying that phrase, it might sound like just macabre or whatever, but it doesn't have to be about a pet. It's about the idea of he was taking his pet dog that was deaf, blind, really no longer functioning as a pet dog that they'd loved as a family, that had been part of photographs, probably of holidays, christenings, birthdays, and now the dog was no longer functioning as it was. And you could say that to someone who's got dementia, or it's just like everything's broken. And he puts this across with lots of passion. Yes, it's melancholy, it's emotional. The chorus feels off center. I'm not quite sure what I mean by that, but when you listen to it, you'll know what I mean. It's impassioned. And at 2 minutes 38 seconds, as you'd expect, there's a whole onslaught, a bucket full of menacing heavy metal riffs come pouring out of both speakers and pin you to the ground with tons of Hammond organ and prog metal. Because I think that's probably how he felt. And that's exactly how I would feel. So it's great. And then we kind of take a breath and we come out with Worship, which is gentle guitar, some nice slide guitar, solo male vocal, lovely female harmony vocals again. I could just keep saying that. The solo slide guitar is, well, it isn't Dave Gilmour, but it has that Dave Gilmour feel. Beautiful. It leads into a rockier song with lots and lots of atmosphere. This is one of these songs that has this kind of machine gun riff. You'll know what I mean, those of you who are fans of this band, but it's kind of like lots of atmosphere, machine gun riffs, great drums and bass. The drum sound is incredible. There's a funky riff. There's lots of angry vocals. The riff, in fact, is kind of something that you might expect from Porcupine Tree. Again, Stephen Wilson influence against, but haunting vocals from Anika towards the end of the song. Absolutely gorgeous. Bend the Earth is next. Electronic drum pattern, quite percussive, dreamy, shuffle, gate, male, female harmony is fantastic. Cascading chorus. It's how it feels, just cascading chorus of words and feeling. Great guitar solo at about the 4 minute mark. Builds and builds and builds. Great keyboard sequence. Funk. It gets really funky and funky bass kind of feel towards the end. I just absolutely love this track. It's one of my favourites. And then next we're heading back into the dark for Lifeless Creature. This at the beginning gave me a feeling of Shine On You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd, but equally the soundtrack to your favourite John Carpenter film. Not Halloween, but maybe more The Fog or... Was it Prince of Darkness? No, I don't. You know the one I mean, with Alice Cooper's in it. That kind of feel to it, in a way. Love the great guitar riff, harmonies as well. Lots of emotional stuff. And it's about, I think this is when John was going through a part of his life when he was worried about his own health. There's a health scare. And so there's a feeling of falling within yourself, just falling backwards, just hoping someone's going to catch you. It's very reflective, and it builds into a really wonderful, progressive, oral journey of hope, is how I would say. And then, as we disappear, is Melancholy. Guitar, piano, but it's upbeat and it's positive. It's pop rock. It's a hypnotizing wall of sound. And then we're done. But I hope that's given you enough kind of like a teaser to make you go and stream this. And if you're new to Pure Reason Revolution, could you start here? Yes, you could. This is a band with a rich history. There is so much to explore. There are so many. If you're new to this band, I'm almost jealous that the journey you're about to go on. And if you aren't, I bet you this is on your list to get, or you've already got it. But it is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So, Coming Up to Consciousness by Pure Reason Revolution is out now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for buying Now Spinning Magazine t-shirts and coffee mugs. Any chance to do a little bit of a product placement there. But remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please take care, all of you, and subscribe if you can. And I'll talk to you all very, very soon.